One of the hardest questions families ask after a hospital stay is, will mom actually go home? Sometimes the answer is yes, sometimes the answer is no, and somewhere in between is a short-term rehabilitation stay that can leave families wondering what's happening next. Today, let's talk about the difference between rehabilitation and long-term care, and how to recognize when the plan may be changing, why rehab exists. After a hospitalization, many older adults aren't quite ready to return home. They may still need physical therapy, occupational therapy, skilled nursing care, medication management, time to regain strength. That's where short-term rehabilitation comes in. The goal is simple: help the person recover enough to return safely home. Notice I said recover enough, not necessarily recover completely. Rehab isn't guaranteed to end at home. This is where families are often surprised. Just because someone is admitted to rehab doesn't automatically mean they'll return home afterward. As therapy progresses, the care team evaluates questions like, can they safely transfer? Can they walk? Can they manage daily activities? Will someone be available to help them at home? If the answer to those questions is no, the discharge plan may begin to change. Signs the plan may be changing. Families are sometimes the last to realize rehab may become long-term care. Some common signs include therapy progress has slowed. The care team begins discussing long-term placement. The social worker asks about finances. Someone mentions Medicaid. The anticipated discharge date keeps getting delayed. None of these automatically mean permanent placement, but together they often signal that new conversations are beginning. Questions families should ask instead of waiting. Ask the care team directly. Questions like, what are the goals for therapy? What would need to improve before going home? What concerns do you have about a safe discharge? If home isn't realistic, what options should we begin exploring? These conversations are much easier when they happen early, if long-term care becomes the plan. If the recommendation changes from rehab to long-term care, don't panic. Many families feel guilty. Many feel surprised. Many feel like they've somehow failed. But sometimes long-term care simply becomes the safest option. The goal has always been the same: providing the level of care your loved one actually needs. Where Medicaid fits in this is often when Medicaid enters the conversation, not because someone did something wrong, but because long-term care is expensive. If private payment isn't sustainable, the facility may discuss applying for long-term care Medicaid. That's why families often hear about Medicaid for the first time during a rehab stay. One of the biggest mistakes families make is assuming every conversation is a final decision. It usually isn't. Discharge planning is a process. Therapy progress changes. Medical conditions change. Care needs change. The more informed and organized your family is, the better prepared you'll be if the plan changes too. The goal isn't to predict the future. It's to recognize the signs early enough that your family has time to prepare. If your loved one is currently in rehabilitation, don't wait until discharge day to start asking questions. Understanding the plan early gives your family more time, more options, and far less stress. If you're unsure where to begin, download the LTCFAQ Long-Term Care Planning Checklist below, and subscribe for practical guidance that helps families navigate long-term care with more confidence and a little less chaos.